Let's see if this thing does work. I'm gonna load up my card. Yes, it works. Just a moment. Well, got my card uploaded. Little bit problems. There's a touch screen. And it doesn't work really well. Touchscreen with a layer of glass, bulletproof glass probably. It's not something you find on the smartphone. Yeah, maybe from the 70s, but it doesn't work very well. But hey, we got it. Updated my card. In Holland we have a few types of ways to pay for the public transport, bus and the train. I can tell you about the train. We have in Holland what is called an OV chipkaart. OV stands for openbaar vervoer, public transport. Well, you buy that card, costs you money, about €7. Real strange, but okay, it costs money. Then you go to a loading dock to get some money on there. What you do, you put in your card. You tell the machine how much money you want to put on the card. Then you insert your bank card, and then the money is wired from your bank account, yes, to the card. At least no money, but some digits are thrown about, and then you have an uploaded public transport card. Of course, then you take both out of the machine. And what you effectively do in Holland is you travel prepaid. Well, for instance, for now I go from railway station north in Groningen to Appingedam. I put my pre-uploaded card on a checking pole machine thingy. It says, well, you're gonna travel between Groningen North and Appingedam is €6.10. But what it does is put a check of €10, so you are down €10. And that of course going to be corrected when I get out of the train in Appingedam. For instance, today it's going to be checked and I paid €6.10, so saldo, the amount of money on my card, is deducted with €6.10. When I don't check out, the ride will cost me €10. Now I have to say, when you travel from Groningen North, railway station north, to Appingedam, there are two other stations behind Appingedam. That's Delfzijl West and Delfzijl Central Station. But I cannot imagine that it is €10 to Delfzijl. Really costly, because it's a little short trip from Appingedam to Delfzijl. So that's how we travel in Holland. There have been done tests and are done tests without afterpay traveling. So you have your card, you check in, check out. The system sees what you do and what you did, and you will get billed afterwards. That's something to say for both systems, because when you travel occasionally like I do, I can manage my traveling. But when you travel all day, or every week or every day of the week to different locations, it's quite hard to check where you have been and if this billing is correct. I have to say, when you travel 5 days a week from home to work and from work to home by train, you have every time the same thing, so you only have to check the date and if it's okay. But when you travel about, it's quite difficult to know where you have been afterwards. Maybe you should write it down where you have been. And when you prepay your traveling, you can check the saldo with the traveling per route you took. So that's the pros and the cons of traveling. I don't own a car personally. I have a driver's license, by the way. I could drive. I haven't driven for a long time, but I think when you learn it, you don't unlearn it. So I still know how to drive a car. Probably more problems with the switches from the light and other things than driving it, because it's a stick shift, 3 pedals in Holland, most likely a stick shift on the floor, 5, 1 in the front, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the reverse, well, 3 pedals, clutch pedal, brake pedal in the middle, and on the right, of course, the loud pedal, aka the gas. Wanted to wait for the cars, because I don't want to get on the hood of the car. Not now, not never. Now going back to, by the way, car driving, funny thing. A whole series of a whole episode of Top Gear was made about the cars, and they had a question: when did the configuration came up for the stick shift and the pedals on the floor of a car? When was that design made? And everybody does the same. Gas to the right, in the middle the brake pedal, and on the left the clutch pedal. That's of course for stick shift cars. If you don't have a stick shift car but an automatic, then you don't have a clutch pedal. Well, they got some old cars out, the people of the presenter Top Gear, James May, Richard Hammond and Clarkson. No, I think James May wasn't there, only Clarkson and May. They had some funny things. I have a car that had a pedal to shift in the gears. So when you shift to the gear, you have to push the pedal on the floor. Some dumbass on the wrong side of the road. Luckily I'm not driving my bike here, otherwise you would be on the grass. So that was that episode about there. I will put a link in the description box below if I can find it. Quite interesting to hear what has been going on with cars before we had the setup we're using now. Another one who doesn't know how to drive. Knipperlichtje. Thanks. Well, somebody letting us by, that's okay. Car drivers, when you leave a roundabout, please signal. Hey, hallo, hi. Hey, hallo. Hey, nee, niks, nou. Wat durf je wel nu? Je bent gewoon bang, hè? Ja. Seeing a cat hissing at me. Real hero. And when I stopped, he turned back. Oh, So, I'm speed walking again, not sure why. This time I'm really not on time. I don't have any purpose on walking fast, but I'm still doing. Going straight for a change. Not through the Gerrit-Raapstraat, but Haas-Okkenstraat is this. Not sure what the name of the street is in front of me. It is quiet here. Appingedam, about 15,000 occupants, people living here. Residents, I have to say, not occupants. Residents, 15,000 or so, maybe less. Not sure exactly. It's quiet here. Now, that was a local elderly man walking on wooden shoes. No, we don't walk on wooden shoes with it at all, or with many people. There are some exceptions, like this one. You don't see many wood shoes anymore. I have to say, in the 1920s and the 1930s and also the 40s and maybe 50s, it would be more of a common sight. People walking with wooden shoes, klompen as we call them. but not so much anymore. Everybody wears, well, leather shoes or fabric or plastic, nylon, and whatever shoes are made of these days. Really no clue what the name of the street is. Didn't have a look. I forgot to look actually. Distracted by the man in the wooden shoes. Yeah. Well, this is an elderly buildings. Which I'm coming up to now are newer ones. This is also looks like a new one. It isn't. Masonry has just been redone. The parts between it, the cement, the voegen as we call it. Well, somebody made an attempt to construct a motorbike. Looks like crap. Well, no, it does actually look fine. It's a little bit rotten. Goedemorgen.
Goedemorgen.
Doesn't hurt to be friendly. Doesn't hurt to be friendly at all. Let's try if we can cross the road. We are able to, thank God. Well, dogs not allowed. That suits me fine. Also in Appingedam we found out that we can drive a bike with a bike beside us. It's not only for Groningen City, it's also for what we can do here. Well, it looks like a skate park thingy, something. Because why would you put a metal rail on the floor without a reason? Not sure why this ends here, but always get the camera tilted back a little bit too much, because I used to be sitting on the bike, and then when I'm on the bike I lean forward, so I have to put the camera a little bit back. Get a good view. Well, it's a nice kind of park here. BMW X5. It's not a Ferrari, but it's a car. Nice car, by the way. Don't have the money for it, never will get the money for it. Well, traveling towards the Meester A.T. Voslaan. Probably has been a mayor in Appingedam, because this is kind of the mayor area. Judge, local people who were in government at some point in time. One year or another. Even one of my ancestors has been a mayor here in Appingedam in 1600, 1700 or so, a long time ago. Well, a school building here. Used to be homes here for the elderly. Was a playground in front of it of grass. We always used to play soccer and other sports when I was a kid. And then they put a ditch in there officially for water, but I think it was to keep us out of there, because when we're kicking the balls with soccer, sometimes the balls were hitting the windows. Once or twice happened actually, and on many occasions the footballs were rolling into the gardens of the people, crushing the freshly planted nice little flowers. I didn't understand back then why these people were upset about it. But when you get older, you do tend to know why that's not very funny. Where I live, I once had a football put through the window. Luckily it was double glazing, so only the first part of the glazing was, well, football shaped, kicked out and fell between the two double glazing windows. You get a scare from it. So I know what it is when people play soccer in front of your home. Volgende. Goed weekend en goede Pasen. Dag. A neighbor, which of course is okay. Well, almost where I have to go. I have to thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. If there are any questions about the city of Appingedam or my journey to it, please do so.